Hey girls, it's Monday! I'm back. I'm sorry for being gone. My boss has increased my hours like crazy, and I was in Disneyland last week. Actually, technically, I was driving home. And driving 6.5 hours by yourself when you feel like total poo is not so much fun. But I made it, and it was a wonderful trip. I had so much fun. The new Star Tours is fantastic. It is seriously like my new favorite ride at Disneyland, which I wasn't expecting at all. I always liked the old Star Tours, but it just wasn't anything amazing. The new one is. It is so amazing. There's like 50 different combinations of things that you can do while you're on the ride. And for anyone who doesn't know, it's like a motion simulator type thing. And it's so much better than it was before. It's amazing. And Ariel's Undersea Adventure is also super cool. I was very surprised that I like Star Tours more than Ariel, but I still really enjoyed Ariel. The ride goes through like the songs of the movie, but it skips some things that I would have left in, but I still really enjoyed it and wasn't disappointed by it like a couple of my friends were. But yeah, I went on both of those on opening day. Ariel I only had to wait an hour and a half for, but Star Tours we waited over 3 hours in the scorching sun, and pretty much all of us got burned. But it was fun. And we saw this adorable little boy dressed as Darth Vader who was just like standing in line like twirling his cape around. Oh, so cute. So many adorable children at Disneyland. Also a lot of bratty ones, but a lot of adorable ones. You know what I miss? Monday. It's been a long time since Jason Monday has made a new video, and that makes me sad. I love Jason Monday. On to books, the reason we're on this channel. The week before last, I read my first Roald Dahl book, which was the BFG, which my friend had loaned to me and basically yelled at me for not having read it before. I don't really know why I never read any Roald Dahl, but I started reading Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in like 4th grade, but it was my teacher's book, so I never got to finish it. So BFG was my first Roald Dahl book that I finished, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty cute. It is about a big friendly giant amongst a whole bunch of monstrous giants. It's definitely a kid's book, but I enjoy kids' books, so if you like things that are like an easy read, I would recommend it. It's a fun read. A few days ago, I finished reading this book, Geek Charming by Robin Palmer. And I have to say this is probably my least favorite book that I've finished this year. I don't think there's been any book that I haven't recommended reading after reading it this year, and this one I wouldn't really recommend. It's about a girl in high school who is like Miss Popular, and she thinks she's the coolest person ever, and she has this designer bag that she just got, and it was really expensive, and somehow it like flies off her arm and into the fountain at the mall, and so she's like waiting for a guy to come along that she can ask to go retrieve the bag for her. She finds this boy named Josh who's wearing a Geek Squad shirt, and she forces him to go in and get it even though he doesn't want to because he was born premature and has a bad immune system and therefore can catch like a cold or something like that from going into the fountain. He does it anyway after getting Dylan to agree to make a documentary with him. He's trying to get into the USC Film School, so he's trying to make like a documentary about popularity, which Dylan is the perfect subject for. The thing that I liked most about this book was the fact that every other chapter is from the perspective of the other person. Like the first one starts out with Dylan, the girl. That's kind of confusing. Dylan is definitely a boy's name, but whatever. And then it goes to Josh, and then back and forth like that, which is cool. I like that. But the characters were just so stereotypical. I wanted so much more from the characters. Dylan is like a more self-centered and shallow version of Cher from Clueless, and I just really didn't like her, and I kept wanting her to develop as a character, and I think the author tried to make her develop, but really I didn't feel it. I didn't feel like she changed very much. I mean, Dylan developed to an extent, but she was still just such a girl in the worst sense of the word, you know what I mean? Like, she was just so hung up on like makeup and appearances and just all this stuff that I really didn't find myself caring about. I definitely liked Josh more than I liked Dylan, but at the same time he was such a stereotypical nerd. I love nerds, but they're not all the type of nerds that are like, I was born premature and so I have a bad immune system and I can't do this and that, and also I can't get off my inhaler every 5 seconds. It wasn't a terrible book. I would probably give it like a C. It was just okay. Alright, well that is all I have to say for this week. Stella, I'll see you on Wednesday.